Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bucket Talk Baseball Podcast. My name is Christian Bond. As always, I'm joined by Jackson Kahn. Jackson, how are you doing? What have you been up to?
Well, yesterday I got a hedge trimmer taken to my head. Not literally, more figuratively. Well, maybe literally. My haircut got absolutely botched. So.
Yeah, I noticed that. You were quite upset yesterday, too.
Yeah, I was not happy whatsoever. So I got to get that fixed.
So, can you go over like the direction you gave this person to do your haircut? Where you're like,
all I wanted was a buzz cut. That's it.
And they ruined it.
And they ruined it.
Y'all can't see this, but Jackson has like hair on the side of his head that's obviously longer than other parts, and then he also has like a tuft of hair in the back of his head. Like he's been wearing a hat the last 2 days.
Yep.
But the hat has almost shown that there's a lot of long hair left on the back of your head. I mean, that's not a very good haircut.
Nope, not at all.
You didn't do it yourself, did you?
No. I went back in and like it was worse. Like, so the sides, so like when you get around the ears and you have that little like that trimmer that's kind of slanted. Well, I went home and you could obviously tell that there was just a strip of hair that was taken off in there. It was obviously shorter than the rest of the side, so I had to try and fix it. So I probably didn't help matters when it came to like the back of the head. Definitely the front of the, like if you look at me straight on, like it looks fine. So that's what I wanted. So I fixed it there, but the back is totally now messed up.
Yeah, if you ever come across having a bad haircut or want to avoid the experience altogether, reach out to Mackenzie Bond at Salon 1121. She'll hook it up and make sure that your hair doesn't look like Jackson Kahn's does right now. Yeah, there's your promo for the day. Get that out of the way. What else have you been up to besides getting bad haircuts?
Let's see here. It's been like midterms right now for us. So presentation last night, essay due tomorrow. That going on. How's your midterms been? Do you have any? Really?
Usually don't have a lot of tests.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more on the paper side. Had an advertising pitch today that went okay.
Okay.
We did a radio ad for like this local art organization, I guess you'd say.
Okay.
And the affordability of it might not be one that the art organization wants to deal with, so we might have failed in that respects, but I thought our ad was one of the cooler ones.
Okay.
A lot of posters and other things in that class, but only one radio ad. That's
nice.
right here, your boy. So, no, school's going well. I know I have to, so we're both seniors, correct? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I got to finish this capstone project at some point. It is consuming my life. I think I'm spending more time worrying about it than actually doing it. So, but a good time to work on it will start to happen during the week when, next week when the Mariners play for real.
Yes. Oh.
Just a week away from opening day. Your final thoughts on spring training as guys start to pretend to get a little bit healthier?
So, like I said, like I'm super happy with Vogelbach.
Oh, there we go.
I wasn't expecting this Vogelbach to show up to camp, and he did. And so now I don't know if the Mariners can afford to not keep him on the roster. Like he's earned his spot on the roster, I think.
I would agree with that. Yeah, it gives you an option with the left-handed bat.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like you're gonna set out Nelson Cruz for very many, ABs, but if he needs a day off and Vogelbach can run out as a DH, or if you like the matchup against a right-handed pitcher, you can give Healy a day off.
Yeah.
Or if you don't like the way that Kyle Seager has hit against a particular pitcher, you could slide Healy over to third because that's where he's played a lot in his career, and Vogelbach can play for. I mean, there's options.
Yeah.
It's not like Vogelbach is on the team and he creates nothing. He's just a DH. Like, it's not that kind of a case.
No.
You can get guys days off that maybe necessarily either don't get enough or don't usually get them. So
yeah,
it's interesting. He has played well, though.
Yes, he has, along with D. Gordon. And
seems like he got a ton of time in spring training. And I get why.
Yeah.
But it just seems like he played more than anybody else.
Yeah.
Or maybe we were paying more attention to him than anybody else.
I think he got more time than everybody else. Because he really needed to work on his outfield stuff, and it looks like he can throw. Now, pretty much every throw except for the throw where he airmailed the cutoff man, and Zunino had to jump to catch it, but he still got the guy out. That needs to not happen, because if you ever need to cut a ball off, you can't have that. But he got the guy out, so it's hard to really complain about that.
Right.
So, but every other throw has looked phenomenal, and he's like a lot better than I thought he was going to be.
Jerry Dipoto had talked about it, moving him to center field, and people were worried about like his arm, and it's a different throwing motion from second base as it is the outfield. The outfield guys get to air it out, and he's done that and proven that he has an arm.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's not like I don't think it should be a surprise,
No.
but unexpected. I don't even know what the right word to call it is.
I mean, when we talked about it, I didn't mention anything about his arm. I was just worried about him catching fly balls, and he's done that just fine, and we didn't even think about that was going to be a problem, and he obviously wasn't whatsoever.
Yeah, it is. A few guys have shined. The injuries, I think people are getting over them now in the final week.
Yes, thank goodness both Marcos Gonzalez and Felix Hernandez aren't dead, so
True.
that's good.
True.
Speaking of Felix, did you hear his interview with a radio station about?
I did not. I heard a few quotes. Like I saw a couple of quotes.
Yeah, so he pretty much said that he better be starting game one. So yeah, he's ready to go, and he better be starting game one. That sounds like a guy who's going to throw a fit if he's not.
Did he really say it that way?
Yep. he did. No, I'm. That's not the exact quote, but the way he said that I'll be ready day one made it seem like I better be starting day one.
Yeah. Yeah, you can read into that, and I think we had that conversation. Ultimately, I don't think it matters. I think you give the guy the respect and throw him out there game one, and if you lose that one, then you're in the whole one game.
Yeah, you got Paxton going game two. So, I mean, it's probably
Paxton's
what's
not a guaranteed
happen.
win, but
yeah, but
is he better right now?
He's probably your best number two guy if he's going two.
Right.
So,
yeah, no. It's should be exciting. Did you we did. Actually, we're going to a game together. We're going to Ben Gamble Hat Night.
Yep, we
Can't
talked
wait.
about it, and yeah, it's definitely happening.
We talked about the promotions on this show, and that one I'm like planning how I'm going to get to Safeco in time to be in. I feel like there is going to be a massive line
Yeah.
at the door for one of those silly hats with hair on them.
Yeah, and I didn't like that day that we were talking about it. That night came out that it's James Paxton fanny pack night.
There's
gonna
also
happen.
that. Yes,
So
that one's strong.
That one I'm probably going to find a way to get to that too.
There you go, fanny pack. Big fanny pack guy, or just the James Paxton
Just
guy?
the fact that it's that combined, I'm all over that. That's good stuff. That can't be worse than a fedora.
It can't, no. Or a Star Wars themed bobblehead. Han Solo sucks. That's terrible. We're gonna switch gears now. I think it was last week, the 2018 Seattle Mariners commercials came out, and with the regular season starting next week, Jackson and I thought it would be a great idea to rank these 5 commercials. We have not told each other which one is our favorite, which one is our least favorite. We're going to go for it right here. If you haven't seen the commercials, hit the pause button on the Half Athlete Radio YouTube page. Go over, watch them, and come back. You decide for yourself, figure out what your top 5 is, because we're going to try and figure out what our top 5 is. We will see if ours is close, ours is not close. We'll find out right now. So, Jackson, would you like to tell me what we'll go with 5 first.
5,
right,
okay.
Least favorite all the way
5
to the favorite.
Is it's the frame one
Ooh.
with Zunino and Felix.
Labeled as the art of the frame.
Yep.
Mike Zunino catches a strike and then puts a picture frame around it, and D. Gordon and Segura come over and look at it and go, wow, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
Who was the guy with the beard? Was that Ryan Healy that comes over and says that's offensive? Who was that?
I'm not sure.
I don't even know which guy that is.
100%. Again,
Is it Haniger? It could have been Haniger. Beard. It was Haniger.
It was Haniger. I mean, these guys.
There's a lot of guys in that commercial.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys, and a lot of these guys look a lot different than last year, and I haven't yet to get like a good close-up of every single guy. So
I think it's Haniger that comes over there, but
I
yes.
think so.
Why is it your least favorite?
Because as a former catcher, it's not framing. It's not framing. They're receiving the ball. They're not. It's just wrong verbiage.
Wrong verbiage. Okay, I get that.
And it's just. I just don't. It hurts me, like, as someone that was the thing they did the best in their career. Like, that's not what it's called. And
so it's a personal dig more.
Yeah.
It's kind of like more of a personal gripe. It's not the. Well, and I think, is it a Felix commercial or is it a Zunino commercial? It's a Felix commercial, right?
Well, the fact that Felix is pitching, it kind of makes it a Felix commercial, but it was all about Zunino.
Like you said, they worded it wrong.
Yeah.
Because even D. Gordon comes over and goes, oh, look at the way he painted the corner.
Yeah.
Like, well, Zunino didn't do that. So it's got to be a Felix commercial, right? With the I don't know. You're right. Yeah. Interesting choice. I can see why that one bugs you a little bit.
Yeah. So, okay, so now what's your 5?
My number 5, without question, is the commercial titled Big Maple. The James Paxton commercial. I think this one is horrible. Ryan Healy and Nick Vincent are leaning against a batting cage, and Ryan Healy asks Nick Vincent, why do they call James Paxton the Big Maple? Vincent basically says, because he's big, and he's from Canada. And then there's this one other thing. And Paxton takes his hat off, and inside are like some eggs.
Yeah.
Like he's a tree because he has a nest in his hat.
Yep. Exactly.
It's literally a tree. Like, it was weird. It's weird in a sense that they're trying to be funny, but they didn't hit funny. There's one good line in the commercial, and he's like, oh, I'm glad you guys aren't looking at the eggs. I'm glad you guys aren't Blue Jays or Orioles. Okay, that's funny. But the rest of it is so weird. I do not like it one bit.
There's definitely some mixed reviews on that one.
Not that easily number 5 in the 2018 commercial for me.
Well, we'll see where it ends up on my list.
All right, so number 5 for Jackson is The Art of the Frame. Number 5 for me is The Big Maple. Jackson, let's move forward. What do you got for number 4?
Number 4, dramatic pause. The Mound Visit is number 4.
Why?
The Mound, because it feels like it's been done before. Like, talking to the other team and how they're not going to do well versus me because I hit the ball. It's just like,
wow.
It just feels like it's been done before. I mean, I get it. I just didn't, though. That's kind of clever. It feels like Ichiro's done it.
We'd have to go back and look at old commercials. I get the cliche critique of it. That it's been done before. I understand that. Yeah. That's about as far as I'm going to comment on that one for now. Yeah. We'll get back to it. Yeah. Maybe next, maybe later. But
just kind of, it was just for me. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What's your 4?
My number 4 is going to have to be The Art of the Frame. The one that you had at 5. Like I said, there's a lot of guys, and that's about the best thing you could say about it. Yeah. Like 5 different players in that commercial.
Yeah, they did get a lot of guys in there.
But after that, it doesn't do much for me.
No. Yeah. It's just kind of... Yeah, I'm with you on that. So
it's a very mid-level commercial. Not too clever, not too funny. I mean, it's just there. Is I think its biggest downfall. So that's my 4.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Give us your number 3.
Number 3 is The Big Maple.
There you go.
So I mean, it's middle of the road. It made me laugh because I wasn't the first time I watched it because I wasn't expecting him to have a nest in his hat. Other than that. Like I was like, what? Like I actually was wondering why is there a third thing? Like he's tall and he's from Canada, yeah. They can say we've also put a tree in the outfield, and over the left field, we was like, oh okay. So that made me laugh, and yeah, that line was pretty clever, but didn't make it anything special.
The personification of Paxton becoming a tree is dumb. That's what it is. It's not good,
and that's why it made me laugh because it was really dumb. So and I enjoyed that.
There you go.
I feel like. Also, that's kind of Paxton. Yeah. I feel like that's Paxton's humor too. Is something happens and it's really dumb, and that'll make Paxton laugh just by just by looking at him.
Sure, moves like a tree a little bit.
Yep,
that's right. That's right. I said it. No, okay, I get why. I get why, but obviously, like we've talked about, not my fave.
Yeah. All right, so what's your 3?
I'm going to go with the work-related injury commercial as my number 3. Scene starts out with a man in a hospital room with a neck brace on. Doctor asks if this is a work-related injury. He pauses for a second. It goes to a field where Nelson Cruz is destroying baseballs.
Yep.
And the guy in the neck brace is the pitcher snapping his neck around to watch these home runs and balls fly out of the yard.
Yeah.
Clever. At the end, Nelson Cruz walks in with some balloons, some get well sign. I mean, it's pretty solid.
It is. That was. I felt like it was the most that was put into a commercial this year. Was that commercial? All of Nelson Cruz has been solid since he's been here, I think.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. At first, I watched it and I was like, well, that's not really what they want to be. But then the fact that it was just solely a Nelson Cruz commercial, I was like, okay, I can buy into this one. That's kind of I like it.
That's what he does, and yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one.
I like it. So, Jackson, give me your 5, 4, and 3.
So 5, that was The Art of the Frame. Number 4 was The Mound Visit. Number 3 was the Big Maple. And
Give us your number 2.
Number 2, and that'll give away my number 1, but my number 2 is work-related injury.
There you go.
So that was, which I feel like I already know which one is going to be your number 1.
Yep.
But it was just a solid commercial, and Nelson Cruz makes me laugh just because he just feel like he's a goof. So, and the fact that he does destroy baseballs and now not only windshields but other people's necks because of how fast he hits them. So it's just a good one. It makes me crack up just thinking about it.
I do enjoy that one as well. Yeah, I think good pick. Good pick. My 5, 4, 3, and then number 2, 5, obviously Big Maple, 4, Art of the Frame, 3, work related, and 2 is the mound visit. I like this one a lot more than you did.
Yeah.
I tried to imagine it actually happening, and I think that's why it made me laugh more.
Yeah.
It was the idea that these two, pitcher and catcher, trying to decide what to throw, and they actually call Robinson Cano to the mound and say, "Hey, what do you think?" The fastball, I hit that. Slider, I hit that too. Curveball,
Yeah.
I'll crush your curveball. Like, it's money.
Yeah.
Robinson Cano, big old smile on his face, just happy to be there. Telling him good luck. The best line is the one at the end where the catcher goes, "Well, that was a waste of a visit." Smacks,
Yes.
gives the pitcher a good game.
Yes.
That was a cheeky shot at the rules that I liked a lot.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good. And I also thought about, like, in the World Baseball Classic, I feel like that would happen eventually. Is like Cuba's playing Venezuela and Cano's called out to the mound to try to figure out how to get him out. Like, I feel like that could happen in that situation.
Yeah. It was a solid commercial mound visit. I'm definitely going to like it anytime it pops up during the regular season. So I guess we share a favorite 2018 Mariners commercial then.
Yeah. Yep. And before we get to it, is Cano Venezuelan or is he Dominican Republic? I think
DR.
I think he's from the Dominican Republic. Okay.
Yeah.
Then it'd be Cuba playing DR. My bad on that one.
There you go.
All right, I just want to correct that before we get any further.
So,
but yeah, so our number 1
favorite 2018 Mariners commercial is titled Flip.
Yep.
Kyle Seager is in a bathroom in a locker room, full uniform, staring at the mirror, snapping his neck backwards over and over again. And Ben Gamel walks in. "Hey, Kyle, what are you working on?" "Just working on my hair flip." Kyle Seager being bald.
Yeah.
As all bald.
Yeah.
Bald dude, right? And Gamel goes, "That's pretty good. More like this, though." And flips the hair.
Slow motion.
Yep, everything. Money. Seager, all right. Does it one more time and walks away. I mean, it's money.
Yeah.
That is great.
All of it was perfect. Because the flip, I feel like that was one of the things that, like, put a boost to the team was Gamel flipping his hair last year in the middle of the summer. It just felt like a big deal last year, and just to pay homage to it. And, I mean, we kind of, the fact that both of us are going to Gamel Hat Night, that had to have been the number 1.
It really did, and I shout out to Ben Gamel for becoming marketable.
Yes.
I don't know if he did that on his own or someone was like, "Hey, no one on this team really has long hair," Taylor Motter, but no one really has long hair. You should have long hair.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the guy with the long hair. I mean, that's a very marketable thing. Obviously, they made a commercial, their best commercial this year. We both feel. Yeah. And they have a promotion. I mean, that's great. Dollar signs all over the place.
All was good. The only thing I was worried about was Kyle Seager actually put some velo behind his hair flips. So I was a little bit worried about his neck.
But you had to sell it, though, if you're Kyle Seager. Like, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to do it that way.
Yep.
It's too good. Too good. Let us know in the comments section your top 5 2018 Seattle Mariners commercials right here on the Half Athlete Radio YouTube page. Any other thoughts, concerns as we come a week closer to opening day? We do this a week. We do this a week from now. Opening night's tomorrow.
Yeah.
So fairly close.
It is. It's. I just got a weird feeling about the team this year. I don't really know how to feel because guys have proven themselves. Vogelbach, Gonzalez, Gordon. It feels different than other years. That there's kind of some hope with some young guys. And
I think I know why it's different, and it's the fact that Dipoto finally has a group that he feels comfortable with out there.
These seem like his guys.
He didn't make 450 trades this offseason. He made like 2 or 3.
Yep.
One was big in D. Gordon. The rest were pieces.
Yeah.
Ryan Healy, okay. Free agent signing Juan Nicasio, okay.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is his group, and now it's kind of the first chance to see what a DePoto-style team looks like.
Yeah.
Like, True Blue. It's interesting. I don't know if we've talked about it on this show, or maybe I have on another show, but I've heard people talk that regardless of where they're at, if they're in July, if they're competing for that wild card spot, or if they're down at the bottom, they're going to be in a good spot because, one, they're going to be competing for a playoff spot, or the opposite, you can actually start to have conversations about some of your bigger names to get rid of and start that process of creating a new Mariners group, Mariners team.
Exactly.
You can have the conversation about Kyle Seager. You can have the conversation about Edwin Diaz. You know, I wouldn't be surprised, regardless of if they're in the hunt or not, if Nelson Cruz gets dealt somewhere. Granted, limited market for him.
But there's some team that'll need some big bat going down the stretch. Every year, there's a team that needs one.
So with that in mind, are you excited about the prospect of either being in the hunt or being able to sell and start that process? Like, does one make you mad over the other? And I have a feeling you might lean towards the not being excited about the rebuild type thing.
Yeah, I'm not super excited about it, but I'm more of just kind of nervous about the team. I just don't know if I can trust these guys just because of the injury past of the teams over the last couple of years. So as long as they're 500 or better going into the All-Star break, I feel okay. I like it. It doesn't matter how you get there. Just be 500, and if they're 500, I'm feeling solid. If they're below 500, it's like, okay, I guess it's another rebuild year. But that also puts DePoto, Service on the hot seat, and that's never good. More turnover. I don't
think DePoto can be on the hot seat after only 3 years. I know that this is the last contract year for him, but I feel like you have to give him an extension no matter what happens.
Yeah, for the franchise to be good, yes, but
why would you start over then?
Yeah, well,
you just said for the franchise to be good, you have to.
But but that's coming from a guy who just watches the team and knows how winning franchises are made.
Sure,
and not like there's no proven success story here in Seattle, so the owners might just be like, all right, this guy's not working, let's turn it over again.
Yeah, no.
So
no. I don't know. Yeah. I don't see it. I get where you're coming from, but I don't see DePoto leaving Service. Is DePoto's guy, obviously. Yeah. They're boys, and that's the only reason that Scott got it. Well, I shouldn't say it that way. He, I guess, interviewed for a few spots, but as soon as DePoto got hired, Service was
the guy.
Quickly following along. So, I don't know, man. We can take a break for a week, come back, talk about what we feel for the season, and go for it.
Yeah.
Sound good? So
that sounds good.
Like we talked about, let us know in the comments about your favorite 2018 Seattle Mariners commercials, and talk to us about what you're excited for this season, or not excited for, or worried about, or anything, just like that.
Yeah.
All right, for Jackson Kahn, my name is Christian Bond. Thank you for listening to the Bucket Talk Baseball podcast on the Half Athlete Radio YouTube page. We are out of here. See ya.
See ya.